guys, so today we are doing an inner thigh workout, and I just kind of want to say that I guess I sort of grew up in a generation of like obsession over thigh gap, and I don't know if that's still a thing. Maybe it is, and maybe I'm just kind of out of that scene and I don't really pay attention to it anymore, but people need to realize that whether or not you have thigh gap, for starters, does not make you any more or less worthy or attractive or desirable or anything like that. It actually has to do with the width of your pelvis and where your thigh bones are kind of in relation to each other. So if you have a wider pelvis, then you're going to have thigh gap is going to be more kind of prevalent for you than if you have a more narrow pelvis and your thighs are closer together. So I just want to get that out of the way. You know, I see so many bodies and all bodies are different and all bodies are beautiful. But if it makes you feel good to tone your inner thighs, then I'm all here for that. Me personally, I feel great about my body when I'm eating healthy and I'm exercising and doing all of the things that I need to do to make sure that it's strong and that it's getting the right nutrients. So that's what I have to say about that. So I'm not going to call this like a thigh gap exercise sequence. I'm just going to call it inner thigh burn. So we will be working with a small Pilates ball. So these like squishy ones. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. All of the things that we do, you can do without the ball. So yeah, the ball is optional. It just adds a little bit more burn and a little bit more intensity. So we're going to get started on our backs. And you're going to place the ball between your knees. So if you don't have a ball, as we do this, I just want you to focus on kind of keeping your thighs together. Like imagine there's an orange between your knees and you're trying not to drop it. You could even use an orange. And the ball doesn't have to be this big. It can be like, I don't know, like 8 centimeters or something. Just something to kind of hold on to and keep you engaging your inner thighs. So hands down, reach your fingertips toward your feet. Draw the back of your, sink the back of your arms down into the mat. I was losing my words and I was just like mouthing words without actually saying them. Okay, take a nice big inhale. So your feet are going to be, just work out where they need to be in relation to your bottom. It's kind of different for everyone. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, I want you to draw into your lower abs and tilt your pelvis toward your face. So you can see that now my lower spine is imprinting into the mat. And then I'm going to continue to roll all the way up into this bridge position. So I'm keeping my ribs closed. So we're just holding it here while I talk you through a few things. And this is about having a nice long line from your knees to your hip bones, to your rib cage, to your shoulders. So we're not trying to like arch like that, okay? Because then that's just getting into your lower spine. I want you to think about trying to lengthen through here. So you're kind of sending energy this way to almost be tucking your pelvis. So you're using these lower abs. Don't let them go. Especially if in this position you do feel things in your lower back, draw in through here more. It's like if you had a tail that was attached here, you'd be trying to send it between kind of your thighs, this part, okay? Press the backs of your arms down into the mat just to support your weight so they don't need to be like on vacation, okay? Adjust your feet if you need to, okay? Keep closing your ribs. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to drop this back part of your rib cage down into the mat. Keep sending the energy there. So we're rounding down one little section of our spine at a time. Keep your pelvis tucked till it has nowhere to go. And then you come back into neutral. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, rolling it up. Inhale at the top. And exhale, rolling it down. You may already be able to feel your hamstrings are working. If that's the case, sometimes it helps to squeeze the ball a little more because then your inner thighs kind of help out the old hamstrings. But that's also why the ball is beneficial because we can get a more even engagement in all of the muscles in our thighs, or the backs of our thighs and our inner thighs, rather than just our hamstrings. So on the next one, I'm getting out of breath. I hope you guys can't hear me heaving. On the next one, I want you to focus on what your feet are doing. So keep pressing down with your heel, the ball of your foot, all 10 toes. Keep pressing your big toe down, your little toe, all of the toes in between. But think of lifting your arch up to the ceiling. And I want your feet to stay as they are. In my classes, I see a lot of people doing some very strange things with their feet as we do these movements. Okay, let's do 2 more and then we'll hold it up. We'll hold it up on the second. Inhale. Exhale. So really use your abs to get the most peeling motion out of your spine. It can be quite easy to kind of cruise through this if you're not engaging properly. And in fact, I might be a little bit guilty of doing that when I'm talking because I'm not kind of concentrating as much as I should be. But think about lifting each little part of your spine one bit at a time. So it's not a thrust, it's a roll. Thrusting in this is kind of a different exercise. Okay, we're going to hold it up. Now, we are just going to lower our pelvis like 2 inches and then lift it back up and lower and lift. Very good. Let's do 10 more of this one. Okay, don't drop the ball. Okay, as we do these, your hips may possibly no longer be in this alignment because it gets harder to hold them at that beautiful height. I think we've got 6 more. Keep thinking about your feet. Keep pressing your arms down. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. 4, 3. Okay, if you feel anything in the back of your pelvis or your lower back, you can just be a little lower. That tends to help, so you don't have to be in this high range. Okay, we're going to hold it up here. Now we're going to squeeze the ball, just little squeezes. Good. For 10, 9, I'm definitely feeling it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Now we're going back to the lowers and lifts. So lower and lift. Very good. So part of the reason that I'm a little bit slack with making these videos is that when we do all of these things in my online classes, I can't face doing it again to make a YouTube video. But we're here. I'm showing up. All right. 7, 6. My counting is always a ballpark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, and then we have squeezes. And that's another reason is I did make a bunch of videos and then I was like, I cannot count. But most teachers can't, so it's okay. It's harder than you would think it would be. 7, 6, but you get a vibe for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, do we have it in us to do another round? I think we do. Lowers and lifts. Questioning my life choices, but you'll be able to feel that it is working all of the spots that we want to, especially just that bit where your inner thighs touch, where they kind of, yeah. I'm not going to say anything else, that would be too rude. All right. 8, 7, 6, 5, and this is why we're doing 3 rounds of these, because we really want to kind of get in there. Last one, hold it up, squeezes. Then we're going to bring it down. We may have to have a momentary stretch. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, breathe in. And as you exhale, peel it down. Ooh, okay, rightio. Okay, let's just take the ball out for a second and just, let's give it a stretch. Just bring your left leg up. Grab behind your calf or your thigh, pull it in between you. We don't want to grab onto our knee joint when we do this because our joints have enough to deal with without us kind of yanking them in different directions. And then let's just switch sides. Okay, so notice how my shoulder is lifted because I'm reaching, but try and sink it down into the mat. That kind of helps us to practice having our shoulders back rather than forwards. None of us need to have our shoulders any more forward than they already are from texting and sitting at desks and things. All right, bring it down. We're going to roll onto our bellies. Okay, so this is the second part, obviously. What I said didn't make any sense and my rollover was not particularly graceful. Okay, so the ball is between our feet. Actually, kind of between your ankles. Right, in this position, I want you to lengthen through here as much as possible. So you've got to think about lifting your belly button up and tucking your pelvis. It's the difference between this and this. So if I'm relaxed, gravity is pulling my organs down and arching my back. That's not what we're going for. So one hand on top of the other, glue your forehead to your hands, draw your shoulders down your back. And, okay, I want you to reach long through your toes, squeeze your bum, and just lift your thighs to hover them off the mat. Okay, and then you're going to lift them a little higher and then take them back to that hover. Lift and lower. Okay, so my thighs are like, why are we still doing this? Let's do 10. 9. If for some reason you can't feel it in your hamstrings or your inner thighs, try and straighten your knee joint more and really reach long with your toes. If you feel anything in your back, keep lifting through here and tucking your pelvis. Okay, so people that have disc issues, this is not an exercise for you. Use your discretion, obviously. But if you're not quite sure, you can just hold this low hover. Definitely lost count. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold it up. See how high you can lift it. Doesn't look like much, but trust me, I'm working. For 10, 9, 8, keep lifting your belly button. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 squeezes of the ball. This is the last thing we're doing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we do another 10-second hold? Sorry, that was like a surprise that I just added in there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Oh. You kind of get the most feels once you release it. Okay, so that was our inner thighs workout. There was a little bit of hamstrings in there as well. I definitely recommend stretching them out after that sequence. So let's get into this. Hamstring stretch like you did before. Inner thigh stretch, you can have your feet up to the ceiling and kind of like knees out wide. it's a happy baby for any yogis out there. In this position though, we want to try and keep our tailbone down. So your shins might either be perpendicular to the floor or they might be more down here. So just find where is good for you. Feels so good. Okay, you guys don't need to see me stretching. So I'm going to leave it there, but thank you for joining. Let me know if you have any questions or any requests, and I will see you next time. Bye.